How we doing today for yet another Monday night live stream at 7:30 p.m. It's your boy Joe, Big J. How we doing today?
Oh, mate, I'm doing all right. It's starting to look at all this news, and I thought I was going to struggle to get 18 players playing this week. And then Zach Butters decides to get suspended. So I don't know what's going on, mate.
All I can tell you, it's a whole lot of psychotic behavior. Please, Port Adelaide, I beg of you, you've got to contest this. We need 18. I had 18 on the dot with him.
Surely they have to. Like, come on, guys. Really?
I actually want to see it. I didn't even see it.
Do something.
Was it a big hit? Does it deserve a suspension?
No. I can't believe. To be honest,
I can't believe Dixon got 3 weeks. He didn't. I didn't even see him hit him high.
His one, I understand. It was a bit of a hit somewhat off the ball, and he just kind of like charged him, and then the guy, it was more the reaction afterwards. Like, I think the guy got knocked out and ended up missing the rest of the game. And once you kind of bump, you elect to bump, the guy falls down, bangs his head, then I think, like, hey, that's it. Yeah, the AFL says, well, too bad, sorry. That's what's happening. So, yeah.
It was on Tom Green as well. Like, when Tom Green does all he can to stuff up my Supercoach team, he then also puts himself in the way to get Butters suspended, who's actually been a good player for me. So Tom Green doing all he can to sabotage our teams, Big J.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. If you saw what DR had posted throughout the week as well, talking about, he put up a video. What was it? Tom Green got a mark in the goal square, and then it got past to Toby Green. Yeah, and I'm just like, mate, like, how bad of a week do you want to be? I think the world, though, if Zach Butters gets suspended, the world is telling everyone, bring Connor Rosie in this week. Like, either him or a Dunkley or someone who's a little bit cheaper, because they're going to have a good game. Like, there's just no way that they're not.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm trying to see if I can find the actual incident where this so-called slap happened. G'day, Ricky. How's it going, man? Yeah. Sputters. I love it. Sputters got a 1 week suspension. And it is, for me, the worst week possible, because this is a week where I am struggling to field 18. I had 18 on the dot.
I am currently, so let's pretend Butters didn't get suspended. I think I'm on 17 if Hutchinson plays. Like, I've geared myself up a lot this week to bring in all these players who, like all your Collingwoods and your Dogs rookies and things like that, our cash cows from the past week or so. It's more just about now being able to actually have 18, and to the point where I'm even potentially trading out of Jack Steele. Like, I just need to get players on field, and if it means trading out one of these guys, well, so be it. I just wish it compounds onto the problems of me not picking Schoenmaker this week, because I think the extra like $5,000-$6,000 between him and Dowling is going to be a difference maker in me being able to afford any players or not.
Trying to see if I can. All right, I think I've managed to find it. Let me just present the screen. 2 seconds. I'm not going to share it with audio because we don't want any issues. So this is AFL website. AFL, thank you very much. All right, what are we looking at? Where'd this happen?
It was like in the middle, I think. So they were like pushing each other, and Butters, I think, like Tom Green moves his head or something. There you go. So just wait.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Yeah, that's it.
Bro, that was like open. That was legit open palm.
Yeah. So that's it, basically.
OMG.
Yeah. It doesn't warrant a lot. But, the AFL, so, we get stuck with.
What has this game come to? Oh no. Oh no. And the so that cops a week, but Jesse Hogan's one doesn't cop a week?
Mate, there's quite a few like that are like that. So yeah.
Bro, that's a load of crap. Honestly, the AFL has just lost the absolute plot.
Yeah.
Oh, can we say he's a good bloke? Can we use the good bloke argument for him? He's a good bloke. Isn't Zach Butters one of the best blokes going around? Come on.
Sure. He's never been suspended or anything. You know, we can use that line as well, can't we?
He'll be ineligible for the Brownlow because of a slap. Yep. Oh, what's the world come to? J-Bags, brother. Much love as always. Thoughts on TDK as an R2? Also, any defensive picks under 400k looking for a D6, D7?
Under or around 400k? Because if you're looking for around 400k, I think Salem's a fair shout. I know there's a lot of people like myself that are considering putting him in their teams. Just as an option, I think with Petrarca being out for the year, there's a real kind of positional change at Melbourne that can go quite around. So, yeah, Salem might definitely be a shot. Under 400k though in the defense, there's really not a lot of people. Like you're looking at you're looking at McKercher at this point as like
even he's over 400.
Is he? No, he's 386 or something. McKercher,
isn't he? Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, McKercher's the only one, man.
Yeah, really. So you're just waiting for him to come back from injury. But he's probably your best shout at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of as well. I'm thinking of McKercher. As soon as McKercher's available, I think I'll be bringing him in. Reckon he's good enough. There's nowhere else he's going to play apart from halfback. He's just the man. In relation to Tom De Koning, we've sort of mentioned it before, but this guy is an absolute jet when he's playing alone, and the stark difference, between him alone versus him and Pitana in the side is just off the charts. If we just pull out the CBAs, so where are the games where Pitana is not playing? So from 11, 12, and 13 versus 5 to 10. Okay. So let's compare 5 to 10 as opposed to the last 3 games. We want Super Coach. We want to scroll down. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an average of 75.8 with Pitane in the side. Pitane out of the side, he goes 139.
Yeah. Like there's no doubt the guy's a bloody fantastic player. It just comes down to if Pitana plays or not. And I think at some point he's got to have to come in. That's the only issue. So if he comes in, we're kind of stuck.
Honestly, 139 average as opposed to a 75 average. That is almost double the output. And if we could get some confirmation or some sort of look of, or Voss saying we're going to go with De Koning. This is what our best mix looks like. If he says anything along those lines, then, mate, De Koning is the man. But if you bring him in this week, he relaxes by himself, and then next week Shittinet comes back, what do? You're going to cop 75 again. So, and there's no DPP either, is the thing. Like, if it was a ruck forward like Jackson was, for example, then it might alleviate the risk, but he's ruck only, and you're locking yourself in. There are other ruckmen who are a lot safer every week. Like Sherry could be pretty safe by himself every week. I would say English, but man, there's nothing safe about English these days.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, these pods can make or break your season, but really depending on what happens. I mean, in terms of players coming back, which kind of affects them too much.
Yep, fair enough. Michael, lads, wow, 2,224.
Michael did very, very, very well.
What the fish? Did you win?
Now,
Did you
I
win
know
the
there's a
weekly
few
this week?
people that got like a 2,300 this week, but mate, Michael, you're doing very well.
2,300 this week. Moving the magnets, merit in as my last upgrade. 6 trades left to see out the season. Let the roller coaster continue. Well done, Michael. Well done.
Bloody fantastic.
Unreal. And you can, you know what? Here's your last upgrade. You chuck the captaincy on him. He's up against West Coast with no Harvey Reid at Marvel Stadium. You'll love to see it. Well done, Michael.
And no tag
Unreal,
as well, which is a big thing. Because taggers are everywhere, Joe.
Yes,
I think 3 or 4 of my players last week got tagged, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. G'day, Harry.
What's up, Harry?
Good to see you. Shawnee, how's it going, man? Maltesing, hello. G'day, everyone. Unreal weekend. Went through a couple of pairs of tracky tacks during the game yesterday, and like to say that North are on the way to bigger and better things. Go them.
Yeah. There's going to be a few questions tonight about the game, and I mean, umpires come in and umpires say things. Yeah, cool. I mean, I would love if the umpires actually did their job and officiated properly during the game. So, yeah, it is.
I could have sworn I saw that AFL concedes umpire error late
so the umpire. So they're not conceding. My understanding is they're not conceding that. Hey, it probably should have been a 50-meter penalty, but they're saying, oh, the umpire didn't call stand quick enough. That's what it was. Yeah. It's a load of shit. The umpire didn't do his job. He wasn't quick enough. He was watching the game, and the players ran up on the North Melbourne player.
Nah. The IFL says umpires were right not to award a 50, but they were wrong by not calling play on or directing them to stand. So how are they right?
Exactly. And that's the issue that I have with the situation as well, is that, cool, they say they're right, but they're not really right. Like, it's all to keep face at the moment. That's what it is. And, you know, as Maltesing says, give us next year when North Melbourne's midfield's going to dominate, and we're not worried too much about it. But it just reeks of like Sydney and the the extra rotation on the bench kind of problem. You know what I mean? Like, these decisions that I try not to think about it too much. That's all I'm saying.
AFL's footy boss Laura Kane. Does Laura Kane actually know anything about football to be the footy boss? Is the question I asked the viewers.
It's funny because every time there's a North Melbourne decision, it always goes the opposite way. And she used to work at the club, and it's just like, like she almost goes out of her way not to show favoritism, which I find hilarious. As you say, Joe, it is what it is. It's happened. You can't do anything about it. Can't go back in time. The AFL's not going to give us the 4 points. So, you just hope that next time this kind of stuff happens, it doesn't do it. But trying to take the high road here and say, hey, look, well, if North Melbourne didn't give up the big lead, then it wouldn't be an issue. So just have to move on, that kind of thing,
Yeah, no, that's still bullshit. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You can take the high road. There's no doubt about it, right? But it doesn't change the fact that a wrong has been done.
Oh, of course.
And the AFL is just in shambles at the moment. Honestly, the AFL,
it's a lot of shit.
Best sport. It's the best sport in the world, in spite of itself. Not because of itself, in spite of the worst possible type of mismanagement you can have. This is just shambolic. They tick off on their crap decisions with these crap technicalities by saying the process was correct, but the outcome was wrong or something. Like, get out of here. You're either right or you're wrong. You can't be out here cherry picking when you're right and when you're wrong. Just do it right the first time and every time. Honestly, everyone can see the issues that are around the corner. Do they have any foresight? No, they don't. Look at Adelaide last year. They got screwed. You're getting screwed. So many teams have been screwed late in the piece, and there's no fix in sight. It's appalling. Appalling. They can get in the bin. All of them. Yeah. Where's that banner? Get in the bin. Where's the banner? Where's that thing? AFL, get in the bin.
AFL, get in the bin.
The AFL, not the Supercoach.
I hate the fact that it really does come down to call the last 2 minutes of a game and poor decisions like that. It reeks of Collingwood versus Freo. Like, it almost feels like they went the wrong way that game. So now it's turned into, the games are moving really quick and, blah, blah, blah is happening. So we'll put them the things away unless it's a really big call, because during that period of time, there were poor decisions that weren't called either.
Yeah.
I mean, guys being pushed, all that kind of stuff. It turned into, it's a fast-track game and the players will complain, so we just won't call anything. And we'll say, we made a mistake. See you next week.
Adamo, mate, much love, Adamo. Thank you so
mate.
much, brother. You're an absolute legend, man. Thank you so much for watching.
Just what happens,
Move
on.
It's just
keep going, I
guess.
Yeah.
Shaz scored 1650 this week. Rough, bro. That's pretty rough.
Ouch.
Maybe you just weren't set up for this week, but hey, next week.
Hope so. Hope it's better for you next week.
One honest opinion.
You know what? My honest opinion is it was really exciting to be a North Melbourne fan. Really, really exciting to see that first half of the game. And I think it showed what the club can do. You can only play the team that you can play. So first half of the game came out completely demolished. Collingwood got smashed. And the problems that North Melbourne's got in terms of holding leads and keeping up with, fitness and whatnot, what got Collingwood back over the line. There were umpiring decisions, yes, but the same deficiencies that were there before were there again. And it just sucks. But we move on. It's next week. And, it actually gives the fans and gives the players to say, hey, look, we can do this. It gives us hope, which is something that we haven't had. Really good to see Curtis and Larky kick quite a few. Just kind of a holdout for Collingwood. I mean, we saw this is what brought Collingwood into the grand final last year, was 3-quarter comebacks. Like every time, every single game when they were behind, it was like, third quarter's coming, Collingwood's coming. So this is what they trained for. And it was for, the team that made the grand final last year or won the grand final versus 18th on the ladder, and we lost by a point. Like, if you had come into it round 14 saying, hey, that's what's going to happen, I'd take that any day of the week.
G'day, Velo. How's it going, bro?
What's up, Velo?
No different. That's what I thought as well. I honestly thought that Butters slap to the face. Yes, Sean, it was a slap to the face, I reckon. It looked like a Hogan exact thing, and Hogan got off. So if Hogan can get off, then I swear, poor Adelaide, if you don't freaking appeal this and just simply go, hey, you saw what the GWS lawyer said? Yeah, what he said. Just record him and play his footage again. That was ridiculous. Jay, as a Carlton fan, was absolutely gutted with North's loss. Hate the Pies. Me too, Jay. Me too, brother. Jack, g'day, Jack. Is Took a good pick for my last mid? If not, who else is a good pick that's under 500?
I hope not, because I got rid of him last week.
He's not.
So I hope he's not a good pick, but I could be forced to bring him back in. He plays North Melbourne. I think they've got a decent run coming up. The problem that I had with Took Miller, Matt Rowell, I think is a better pick. But the problem I had with Took Miller, at least pre-buy, was that they're just playing too quick for them. Tuke Miller doesn't seem to want to get involved as much into the midfield, and he'll have a big game, and then it's 4 or 5 poor games in a row. And when you actually watch the game, it really is a case of he's stuck in the congestion. He's not quick enough. The players will 2, 3, 4 kick down the line, and then he just misses out. It's a reason why, maybe not a Sam Walsh, but definitely why Jack Steele's been a poor pick as well for the last few weeks. So, yeah, it's not fantastic in terms of Supercoach. Like, there'll be one good game, and then the rest of it will not be good. So, even in congestion, like, he's not their best congested player anymore. Matt Rao's obviously taking that away from him.
You look at this heat map. You tell me who you think this heat map belongs to.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Whose heat map does this belong to? Who do you reckon? Blind guess.
Sexton.
Someone played who?
Like a Sexton or someone playing off halfback.
Yeah, it's clear halfback, but it's not Sexton. This is a midfielder. A midfielder has this heat map.
Yeah.
It's freaking Rory Laird. Rory Laird played off halfback on the weekend.
Yep.
And
he went big.
He went big. Look at this. Look at this for a heat map.
We were talking about Tuke Miller.
No, it's not Tuke Miller, boys. It's you want someone less than 550k, mate. Rory Laird. If he's playing,
he's not playing this week, which is the big problem.
He's not playing this week. That's the only annoyance. But hey, if you're looking for a final upgrade, if this guy maintains the role of halfback, he could genuinely be a real sneaky option to see the run home playing off halfback if he's playing a halfback role. So that's really interesting. Really, really interesting. So keep an eye out on that. If you wanted to leave a spot free for this week, could be pretty big. Who else is sub 550k worth getting in? Sammy Walsh. We talked about it in our video, right? About the run home for the midfielders. Carlton have a pretty good run home.
So someone was talking to me about it as well, not off air, but posted on one of our videos throughout the week. And I'm like, Sam Walsh is definitely there. There's a lot of these kind of players that, that are playing this week that do have a really good run home. If you can survive another week, you're looking at the likes of Will Day, or if you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get an LDU. And I know Joe's very happy with LDU at the moment.
LDU, let's go.
Three round average.
Yes. He's come good at the right time. Very happy with LDU. Good boy. Michael's got 20 playing this week. Oh boy, Michael.
I just don't know how you can do it. Like, you must have dodged all the rookies and end up with all these Richmond guys like McAuliffe and stuff that like somehow you've luck botted into, because I just can't do it. Like physically, all the rookies we've had in the last week or so, or like last 3 rounds, have all been Collingwood or Adelaide. And like they're all not playing this week. So
or St Kilda, because I got Schoenberg, and he's also on the bye.
So I just don't know how you can do it. It's a tough one. Maybe Big and Ewan comes back. Callum Dawson's been offered a week, so maybe Big and Ewan comes back.
No.
That would really save lives at the moment.
Not the week after I trade him out.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I would slap someone at North Melbourne if that was to happen.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's not had a good enough game to do it, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Cheese, how's it going, Cheese? I can point out the moment Zerha lost North that game.
Yeah,
I've never been so angry.
If Zach Fisher, did the sideways kick and kicked the goal instead of behind, then we would have won. So, yeah, it's a culmination of a lot of things. If we didn't give up 6 or 8 or 9 goals or something in a quarter of football, we probably would have won 2.
Chase, somehow I went up.
It has made me want to keep Zerha in the team, though. I was very much a case of, cool, get rid of Zerha. Whereas now I feel like, Zerha and Curtis and a couple of other guys up forward all playing together, which is pretty cool.
Somehow I went up a beautiful 9 spots to
Nice.
330 from my worst buy. But man, I would trade Green if I could. Great antipod at this point. Congrats if you don't have him. 100%.
Yeah. And that's something that I kind of say in my video. And I wish I had the trades to be able to make it happen. I've already got rid of 2 Camilla, and Tom Green is one that really needs to go if you can afford it. These guys who, they're just hurting, and they just hurt your team. As much as I want 20 players this week, I feel like it's almost worth me getting rid of another round of these type of players, just so I can, make the team better. No Tom Green. Like, if you had an LDU over Tom Green, you could have done it a few weeks ago, and you'd be up over 120, 130, heck, probably 200 plus points already. Times that out by the rest of the season. I don't see where the advantage and the benefit of Tom Green comes from again. So yeah, it kind of sucks.
Tom Green has absolutely killed us. And we started him. We copped the buys and the shit scoring. It's just been disastrous.
Yeah,
There's nothing
two buys before a lot of other clubs as well. Innately, he's already cost us a bunch of points just by not playing. It really sucks.
G'day, Legend. How's it going, man? What do I do with Steele? Currently have 17, providing McKercher plays. Do I hold him or sideways?
A tricky question. What do I do with Steele? I'm looking at trading. Steele is another player in my team that, yes, I know I'm getting rid of a lot of players, and this week potentially I could do a Joe and just have 16 playing, just for fun. But yeah, similar to a Green, I just went on and talked about Green. I feel like Steele is the same problem. Yeah.
Look at that run.
Yeah, I know. But look at the projected scores. I
don't care about projected. Projected is rubbish.
Of course. He's got a fantastic run. But we saw on the weekend, yes, he played Brisbane. Sure. But we saw on the weekend that he copped the tag and then he moved forward and tried to tag someone else. That was their response to him getting tagged. His response to them getting tagged isn't get rid of the tagger. It's cool, move Steele away. He's just not scoring. We've got 8 weeks left of Supercoach after this week. Round 15. There's 8 weeks, 8 or 9 weeks left after this week. Jack Steele could be the difference between you getting 200 points and not 200 points this week. It's not great. There's
83 for 39% CBAs is not too bad.
Yeah. But what happens when he cops the tag again or something else happens? You're playing the odds here. His scoring's been okay, but you're getting 100. You're getting, cool, I made a 115, struggled to make a 115. They need they're desperate for a Brad Crouch type, effectively, to come back into the team. And it's just not going to happen at the moment, which is the big problem.
I mean, Bond struggled with Berry. Berry is a very annoying. He's a very annoying role player. He's a very annoying tagger. Bond couldn't score 100 with 3 goals. Bond kicked 3 goals and still couldn't reach 100 on Berry. Berry is actually a very good tag. So look,
what about?
All right, he had a bad week.
What about the rest of his poor scores, though?
What other poor scores?
Oh, Jack Steele, come on, Joe. 98's not great. And then Cooley got a 118 and then a 101 and a 86, and then a 70. It feels like it's every second week, Jack Steele, ever since. I don't know what happened between round 5 and round 6. But that's when I got him into my team. And ever since I got him into my team, he sucks. So something's happened to the team.
It's your fault, mate.
It could be a Sinclair coming to the midfield. It could be something like that. But something's happened with this team, man.
I don't know. I reckon hold the guy. But the thing is, you don't want 17. Is that 17 pre-trades or is that post-trades, Legend? If it's post-trades, look for someone who's available, whoever's named as a rookie this week, and then you'll have 18, I guess.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Quick maths. Harry, thoughts on Carl Warner, -60 break even and a 134k, 62 and a 78.
Oh, it sucks. And Luke Ryan really struggled with Warner coming in, stealing all of the kickouts too. It was a hard watch as a Luke Ryan owner. Some people brought him in at 660k last week, and mate, it was tough. Warner came in and blonde bombshell there kind of pushed him away from the ball. We saw it a little bit pre-injury, and that was why a lot of people had Warner in their sights, right? And then he got injured, and then Draper came in, and then we kind of saw from there what was happening. So, yeah, I don't mind it. If you need a downgrade option, I do not mind it. If he's named this week, it's probably one of the few players that you can jump on.
I think Warner doesn't have the best job security, I think.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But you only need him for like 1 week, right? Get him, like,
yeah,
show and make it's round 15, 16. Like, not many players who are rookies have got fantastic job security because they've taken so long to come back. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Just the 1 week. Yeah, bring him in. Why not? If he's named this week, I might bring him in as well. Brad, how's it going, Brad? The Supercoach Pro. Please, if you haven't, subscribe to this handsome Adonis of a man who loves to box. So make sure you're in his good side. Otherwise, we'll beat the living crap out of you. Who you VC and see this week? I've currently got gone into Sarong or Ryan. I'm personally doing, I think at this point in time, I think I'm doing Merit into Gorn or Gorn into Merit. Gorn into Merit is what I'm doing
this week. Let's have a quick squeeze. Yeah, first 3 games really don't seem fantastic, do they? I don't know how Wazulka goes against Port Adelaide. Maybe they give up a lot of points, but yeah, I don't mind that. Gone into like a Luke Ryan or someone if you can't afford a Zach Merritt, but Merritt versus West Coast Joe.
Fresh off a bye.
Yeah,
fresh off a bye.
No Harley Reid.
Yes. 100%. Come on, Merritt. Come on, Capitan. I believe in you. You're my boy. I don't. Does anyone want to look at total tools from Fountain Gate? No. Huge range of power tools. Shot power tools. And the other hand, tools at total tools.
I feel like this is a
how many times? How many times do they want to say tools? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Done.
Love it.
A whole lot of tools, Joe.
It's a strike to the face. It's a week every day, but the inconsistency is ridiculous.
Yep.
Look, Michael, if every instance of a slap to the face was a suspension, then at least the goalposts haven't moved and we can accept it. But the fact of the matter is that when some people get off for the exact same act, you can't help but feel wronged when this person does get done. So we just need the consistency, and the AFL is consistently inconsistent. I feel weird not seeing Big Joe on the left and Medium Joe on the right. I feel betrayed once again.
We can change that over if you want to, but I don't mind it too much.
Cheese, if this sort of thing is what leads you to feel betrayal, mate, I would gladly swap lives with you. You must be living the dream, Cheese. I love it, mate. Sloppy Jonas. G'day, Jonas. How's it going, man? Sloppy Jonas needs to present evidence on behalf of Butters. Home video of chicks slapping him 100 times harder.
Funny story. That actually happened with a North Melbourne player quite a few years ago, where one of the fans had actually slowed down the footage and went frame by frame and showed, hey, look, at this point in time, the player actually let go of the other player, and it was the other guy that either fell on the ground or did something that caused them to have the injury. And the North Melbourne player actually came off. So, yeah, maybe Joe's got to do that with some Zach Butters. Maybe Tom Green, like, moved his head into the strike or something, and then that was it. But, I mean, anything to do with heads these days is automatic suspension almost.
Okay, yep, agreed. Jonas VC, King Kong Grundy, see Maximus score. See, if I had Grundy, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't. So
yeah,
stuff
Grundy's been
you,
fantastic.
Rowan Marshmallow.
We traded out Grundy and then Grundy's gone big. So yeah.
Stuff you, Rowan Marshmallow. I freaking hate Rowan Marshmallow. I
You
can't
have
believe.
Harry Mackay in your team.
Clearly, you haven't watched my team review video, have you?
I'm pretty sure he's still injured.
Why was he injured? He played against us before the bye, didn't he?
It says he did his shoulder, right? When you hover over the
Yeah,
thing,
it says that, but I don't quite understand why it said that. He played against us.
Yeah, maybe he did it in training or something. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, Rosie this week will be very good. You're right, Causa. Good call.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
The only problem I have with Rosie is who does Port Adelaide play? They play Brisbane, right? So who's copying the tag? Butters probably was close to copying the tag. Now Butters is out. So there's another target there that Brisbane don't have. Like, Rosie's going to be under 400K by the end of this week. He's going to cop it. So a lot of people are going to get him in, but I don't think it's going to be a great pick this week.
He'll be very cheap next week. He will be very cheap next week.
Yep.
Thoughts on Dawson, Steele, and Harrison or Weir out for Zorko, Cripps, and Hutchinson?
Dawson, Steele, and Harrison / Weir out for Zorko. Yeah, I don't mind it. You're getting rid of 3 players that aren't playing for 3 players that are playing. I think if Weir plays, you don't get rid of him. You get rid of Harrison just for the bye rounds, really. Zorko, Cripps, and I don't mind it.
Yeah, Zorko's got a great run home. Cripps has a decent run home. Hutchinson, if he's named this week, then you're loving it.
Yeah.
Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Didn't play. Yeah, didn't play. Mate, it's just the difference between Pitane and no Pitane is off the charts.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, correct. Brad, I'm worried I have to bring in Zorko as my last forward upgrade, but it will cost me 3 trades and means I'll have to hold Green and Stewart FML.
Yeah, like there's options, right? The forward line, I think that there are some players that can be suitable upgrade targets that aren't Zorko, but Zorko's very good. Like I've always said, I think there's probably a clear 3. Now, there probably was a clear 4 before Zach Fisher shit the bed. So, yeah, I think there's probably 4 players that are clear. Hey, you must bring them in as players in your team. And Zorko's one of them. That's a forward option. I got stuck last year with Darcy Cameron. Cool, every 5 games, the guy would score 100. And Ben Keys. Remember Ben Keys, Joe, as a forward option? I got stuck with Ben Keys as a forward option. Yeah. So it really struggled. And, yeah, I think Zorko's one of those guys. He's just too good. Barring injury, this guy's just too good. So don't forego him. You're going to struggle. You're going to have 8 weeks, 10 weeks of pain if you don't have him in your team,
Jeez.
There you go.
What happened, Cheese? I thought he was going to ruin my season, bro. What happened? 147. Let's go. I'm very happy.
I'm so close on being able to get him in my team. And the difference between me not being able to get him in my team or not this week is the fact that I went Dowling over Schoenmaker. Like if I had the 6K from Schoenmaker over Dowling, I'd be able to get LDU in my team. And it sucks so much, Joe.
I told you. He's turned the corner. I told you he's turned the corner. Look at that. He's getting more CBAs than the bloody Ruckman.
It's the problem with the LDU as well, not problem, but the good thing about LDU as well is that I think with Sheasel coming into that midfield, it's really offered another outlet of scoring for him. Wardlaw's kind of come out of nowhere and started going bananas as well. If you don't have money on him to win the Rising Star, you're a bit of a nuffy. But LDU's just gone massive.
He traded him out in round 8. Boom, 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 boom. 127.8.
It sucks, man. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
Sorry, Cheese. I'm sorry, Cheese.
And North plays West Coast again, I think, as well. And a few other
Correct.
teams. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a great run home. Great run home. Callum, how's it going, Callum?
What's
Do
up?
you think Jai Clark plays this week? Guthrie and
Probably.
Danger are back.
Probably.
Unbranded, hello. This is the latest hello I have ever seen from you, Unbranded, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you very much. Sports Nut, how's it going, Sports Nut? Congratulations to your Hawkers on absolute fire. I'm just going to say screw it and trade Cozzy Pickett in, hoping he gets more CBAs with no Petrarca.
It's something there that I've been considering. I've also been considering the likes of Salem as well. I think they're two players that are going to score quite well without Petrarca in the team. And I think we saw even potentially maybe last week when when Petrarca wasn't in the team, Cozzy Pickett's score went up. Like it would have been only been like halfway through the game, there was a big jump, but there was a big jump. Is he going to be a top 10 midfielder or forward? Probably not, which is the issue. You're banking on a lot of stuff. Like I would rather get a McKercher in. I think for a cheaper price. What's Cozzy Pickett's priced at? Let me quickly check. Yeah, so Cozzy Pickett is $359. I would almost say go and spend the extra $20K and get a McKercher in because McKercher can be a top player. Whereas, I just don't think he can.
It's just in the forward line. Like, would you rather pick it or would you? I mean, the thing is, he's substantially cheaper by about almost $70K than a Harry Mackay. The thing for me is I don't really think he's a great midfielder. Even with 83% CBAs, you look at the heat map, it's still predominantly in the forward pocket. He's had decent CBAs a couple of weeks ago. We had 74% for, again, only 74 super coach.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the heat map. Again, it's around the middle, but it's just when he's around the middle, it means that he's not forward kicking goals. And I don't know. It's weird. It looks like he really needs goals. Like 1 goal, 3, 74, 2 goals, 4, 94.
It reminds me of the reason why we don't pick Shai Bolton in Supercoach. Because he's good when he's around the ball, but outside of that, there's just nothing. So, it doesn't look good.
Like, what does he have to do to score 100 or 97? He needs to have, say, 36% of CBAs with 3 goals. He's just not an accumulator. 13 touches, 8 touches, 11 touches, 20. Like, I don't know. Good luck. He's not for me. Plus, he's a thug. Like, he is a thug. Like, he can get suspended at any point in time for just being a dumbass. And I don't like. I also don't like that risk of him potentially missing games due to stupidity. So, he's not for me. Hopefully, he works out for you. Theo, I'm thinking of trading Bont. You've lost me. You've lost me, Theo. You've lost me.
So there were a lot of people last year, and maybe it was last year or the year before, that had a Lockie Neal at 720K. That were like, cool, I can't finish my team. What can I do with a Bont? Can I trade Bont at 700K and potentially get like 2 players in? I think if you were someone like Joe, who maybe didn't have enough trades left to finish their team, and you got stuck with a few duds like a Tom Green that you desperately wanted to get rid of, I can see a world where you trade Bont. 100%. I can see a world where that happens. I can say, cool, you're there, you trade Bont, now you can get 2 players in, no worries. But Bont's scoring is so damn good that it sucks. It's a real gamble. I mean, I think Skodfather talked about it the year that he got 4th place, and it was like, oh cool, I downgraded Lockie Neal to another player, but Lockie Neal is not the Bont. That's the big difference. Like Lockie Neal is not is not comparable. It really sucks, but you could be missing out on 160s every week. If you can get two players, like if you can get an LDU and a Tom Green out of your team, and let's say like someone else, sure, I would probably go Bont and Tom Green out for an LDU and someone else. Like, but you have to be able to finish your team. That's the big issue.
Yeah. Jonas, Riley Garcia is out for the year, recovering from a knife wound in the back.
It sucks, man.
He did nothing wrong. He's actually one of the good players. I can't believe he was dropped. Like, it just makes no sense. Classic Bevo. Yeah. Jamie Gorn, how's it going, Jamie? Thoughts on trading out Windhager, Bonner, and Powell for Rookie, Merritt, and Rosie? Any better choices?
Well, we've spoken about, like, I think Merritt's going to be okay. I don't know what the tag's like in the next few weeks, but I think Merritt will be okay. I would not be bringing Rosie in this week, though. I think Rosie cops the tag 100%. Like, if you're Brisbane, cool, I'll leave Wines, I'll leave Boat, William Drew, whatever, but Rosie's the one I go after. He's almost their barometer. When he's on fire, they do well. And I think, like, Brisbane have got a free run against him. Like, there's no butters this week, potentially.
Yep.
So, yeah, go crazy on him. That's what I would be doing.
For sure. G'day, Ross. How's it going, man? Fingers crossed McCutcher comes back in this week.
We'll see.
It was a 1 week.
I don't think he will, but I hope.
You don't think he will?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. Sorry, that's not true. I've heard Griffin Logue is going to be playing through the VFL, and I think McCutcher potentially as well. Like, there's some rumors going around that McCutcher's got something on that's not just his injury.
Really?
Yeah, but we don't jump to those. You kind of got to go through what the club says, right? And when you've got a foot injury like this, you play limited minutes in the VFL. Like, that's what you do. You don't just rush them straight back to senior side. Yes, it's not rushing, but like the rigors of an AFL game are very different than the VFL. And I don't think McCutch has actually done much training up until this point anyway. So, yeah, I would say he plays next week and then this is out this week. That's my assumption anyway.
Cause I had to get Toby Green in the scramble. Was getting Simpkin.
Because you got Simpkin. Don't get Simpkin. I told everyone. It's like, I'm not the best Supercoach player, right? Let's be honest. But we went through Simpkin as to why he was not a good pick. And I can't predict he's going to be out. But you can predict what you get when you've got Simpkin. Like, the guy kicked 2 goals with 2 minutes left to go. Like, we saw Max Gorn got 30 points for that happening. Like, that's what happened with Simpkin. You're going to get a 60, 17, or 80 this game if you got Simpkin.
What did Toby Green end up scoring this week?
Like 70.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't great. I think Tom Green scored more. I think Tom Green scored more than Toby this week.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It sucks. But that's just what's happened. So, yeah, we just got to move on.
Sports, I'm vice captaining Merritt into Luke Ryan, I think. Sounds good. Thoughts on trading in Kruger, McCutcher, and Mackay in for Drury, Garcia, and Sharp?
It's a tricky one. I don't mind it. You get 2 players that are potentially playing. I don't think McCutcher's going to play, though. And Kruger's obviously got the bye. But you're going budget, man. Like, you're really going budget. And I don't know.
McCutcher might not even play. According to you, McCutcher's not even playing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So right now you've got one player who's playing, and that's Harry Mackay. And Supercoach is saying he's got an injury. So can you check? Can you go back to the injury list and we'll see what they say about Mackay, if there's anything? You said he played, but I'm just like, well, Supercoach is saying not.
He played against us. Carroll, Chera, Cottrell, Cunningham, Doherty, Fantasia, Martin, McGovern. I don't know what this is. Like, he literally played against us. The Blues are confident McGovern and Mackay have avoided any major concerns after being forced from the field over the weekend. So he played and then got off the field, I think, from a heavy
Did he play
collision.
limited games? Maybe someone in the chat can let us know, but maybe he played limited game time in the game versus you guys. I don't know. It's kind of come out of nowhere. A lot of people saying jump on Curnow, though, as an option. So maybe that's a better thing. But Harry Mackay with being able to play ruck, there is some scoring potential there, but it's not been great.
74% Tog.
Yeah. So maybe he went out in the fourth quarter. Let me quickly check what does fan footy say. I can pull up the team sheets from last week.
Look at him. He's getting CBAs, man. Like, how can you say
Well,
no to Mackay?
He's playing ruck, Joe. He's playing
How
second
good is
ruck.
that?
Of course, he's getting CBAs, mate.
Mate, he's my boy. He's the boy moving forward. Terrible podcast, by the way. Him and his brother, they've got like next to no personality, honestly.
Like when you're AFL players, you don't need personality, right?
Bloody hell. It is so dry. The only thing that makes that show even remotely interesting are the questions that they get asked every now and then.
So
But
the
they
only thing
themselves...
the only thing that Harry Mackay's got on his list from 2 weeks ago is Harry Mackay played on Ben Mackay, and in the fourth quarter, he took a head knock and fell to the floor. But head hit the ground in the fourth quarter in a contest with brother Ben. That's all he's got on his thing. So I don't know what's happened. Maybe something's happened in training or what's happened. But yeah, like maybe you have to rewatch the game.
No, I'm not rewatching that infuriating game where he couldn't kick to save our
Mackay
lives.
got a collision with Ben and didn't come back on. So
Yeah,
maybe that's what it was.
So he'll be fine. He'll be fine moving forward. Michael, hey North, your last 2 weeks have been a yo-yo.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Please send in your here. Nice. Well said, Cheese. Chris Tack, g'day, Chris.
Chris.
I'm hoping to get 19 this week. If things go right, last week had 19 and got 2042 and went up 9K ranks. On your Causa.
Nice.
Yep, I mentioned that, Michael. I mentioned that. Adelaide was shafted last year. Every year, someone has to get shafted. Evening, Frankie. 2188.
Nice work, Frankie.
Stuff. Good stuff, mate. Get in the bin umpires. Here. The AFL's in shambles. There will also be a shortage of umps soon. Probably no one want to be an umpire. Why would you? Shit job.
That's the issue. And that's why they're babying everyone at the moment. Is basically a case of, well, no one wants to be an umpire. There's a lot of pressure, I understand, but the AFL is so fluid. Like I look at an NFL, and maybe I'm mistaken, but their ability to come back and just reset the game and make it again. Like you stop on the 50-meter line, cool. You can reset the positions, you can go again, whatever. The AFL is so fluid that split decisions are the ones that cost you because they have to be, especially with like 30, 40 seconds left in a game. Like that could be a lot of time. But yeah. Umpires cop a lot of flack, but they do make a lot of shit calls. And it's inconsistent too. Like there's not a set, as much as there's a set handbook for being an umpire, there's not a set handbook for being an umpire. And that's why we see like decisions made in Perth are different than the ones in Melbourne. Like it's just what happens. So yeah.
The best umpire is a deaf umpire. We need to give people noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah.
To be out there on the park and not have the crowd sway the opinion of the umpire. I think that might go a long way.
Or players putting up their hands being like, why isn't this called? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, mate.
Michael Higginson, g'day Michael. Would you rather Nick Martin or McKercher as D7 M9 bench swing? North has a good fixture on the run home, but worried McKercher is put in cotton wool prior to the end of the season. I think he's in cotton wool at the moment, Michael. Nick Martin will be playing for sure.
I think McKercher, as you say here, Michael, he's going to be in cotton wool. I would not be surprised, like, if he misses this week, misses next week, plays limited game time for a while. Like, the club's showing that they can win games, but we're also taking, like, into account players' durability and getting them through a whole season as well. So, yeah, it's the smart thing to do, which means don't pick them in Supercoach, really.
Yep. Brody, g'day lads. Last midfield spot, LDU or Goulden?
LDU, 100%. LDU. Like, yes, I know, Joe. I know you're very happy with the LDU. Yeah.
We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's a funny one, right? And it goes back to what's his face's Blues fans saying the same thing. Thanks for us for not, telling us not to pick LDU. It's all attitude for him. All of it. It's all attitude. Yes, the makeup of the team and everything like that, but he's not an established senior player that's done this for multiple years. We're not picking up these guys who are dominating. It's not like you're getting a Caleb Sarong, for example, who was really good last year, or a Bontempelli or a Zach Merritt that their kind of level of scoring. LDU hasn't done this before. So you're banking on the fact that, cool, he's going to be able to boost it up every week. Sometimes he will and sometimes he can't. And that's what you're just going to have to deal with. So, yeah, it's a tough situation. But the addition of Sheasel into that North midfield makes a big difference. Wardlaw's been on fire. The guy got what? Like 1 million Supercoach points last week?
147.
Yeah. Wardlaw got like 122 for Wardlaw. So you can see the midfield building with this player, and that's what we want. But, yeah, bit of a tough one.
Look, I went with LDU a couple of weeks ago instead of getting Goulden because of the role. LDU playing more on the ball, more contested possessions. You know what I mean? Goulden more of a winger. But if anyone can do it, it's Goulden. And Goulden's, mate, he's been heating up. His scoring has been quite good. Missed 2 shots on goal on the weekend, went at 54% efficiency, and yet still scored over 100. So, look, regardless of which way you go, I think you're going to have a great final midfielder, to be honest. I think LDU has a better run home than Goulden does, and that might be the thing that pushes him over the top to get him in. So I'll agree with LDU as the selection.
Yeah, I think LDU is better.
Causa, Jack Crisp goal shouldn't have counted 2 as Bailey Scott touched
it. Yeah. And there were a few of them as well. Like just terrible touches and terrible calls that, calls like that where all the goals are supposed to be reviewed in the North Melbourne game.
Yeah.
They're not reviewed. They don't review shit. They say, cool, that's it, no review. Yep. I think maybe once this season, Joe, we've had it where the ARC umpire has come and changed something that's not been on field. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. One thing I will like, I won't talk about North Melbourne game anymore, but something I was very, very proud of with North Melbourne is we kicked 19-4 on the weekend, Joe.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of teams that would have kicked like 13, 14, and then had a bunch more behinds. North Melbourne did very, very well and were very, very accurate in front of goal. Congratulations to them versus a Collingwood that went 18-11. Like, they had 1 more point than us, but 7 more behinds. Like, yeah, it kind of shows where the goal scoring's at.
Yeah, every team gets with free kicks. However, the players also score also. Well, of course, there's no doubt about it. The players can only do what they can control. And, of course, it's an imperfect game. The last thing you need is for a good team to be helped out overwhelmingly by umpires in a certain way. It's not like North Melbourne were gifted anything the other way. Like if both teams are victims of crap umpiring, then so be it. But where all of the crap was just going one way, it does disrupt the momentum of the game.
The free kick count after halftime was atrocious. Like it was completely one way, but let's not try and talk about the game too much.
Yeah. Right. Thoughts on bringing in Salem this week? He has DPP, which will be handy with low trades and with track out.
I love it. I think Salem's the one that gets more CBAs, which means the guys like Howes keeps his spot, which makes me sad that I don't have Howes in my team anymore, but Howes keeps his spot. Salem moves more to the midfield. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
Salem had 0% CBAs on the weekend.
Yeah, but I think there's a big difference between a player getting injured during the game and the coach making a split decision versus, hey, look, we're actually going to set up to have you playing this decision now. I think there's a bit of a difference there.
Fair enough. Best forward to get under 523, 700.
I don't even know about ranking, to be honest, but let's have a look at forwards.
All right. We want filters. We want
530. And I would probably say the best forward is one that is playing round 15. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So let's put in round 15. So playing round 15.
Harry!
Joe, press round 15 on the thing. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but still Harry.
Yeah, no. I don't mind Harry. I think even a Luke Jackson potentially is someone that you could be putting into your team. We saw how good he was on the weekend, and I think maybe their run home favors him a little bit much, like a little bit more. But if you want some coverage, I think coverage for the next few weeks is going to be important, especially depending on who your rucks are. So, most rucks at the moment, most forwards are getting between that, let's say, high 80s to 100 mark. I think Luke Jackson can do that, and I think he could potentially be an option for us.
Stuff him. He's a fraud. Stuff him.
If you want cheap, get Harry Mackay.
510,000.
If you want cheap, get Harry Mackay.
Harry Mackay. Even Caldwell's maybe better.
Yeah.
Kerno.
Yeah. I wouldn't be touching a Jesse Hogan. Yeah, I wouldn't be touching a Jesse Hogan. If I just sort by average, there's a real drop-off. Like, the 3 players I don't have in my team, and then it just falls off. So, yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. This is what happened last year. This is 100% what happened last year. There was 4 or 5 guys that were good, and then everyone else was crap. And if you didn't have a Zach Butters or someone in your forward line, you just struggled. So you might just have to pay up and get a Zorko or a Rankin in. Like, that just might be what it has to be.
Dry's been
even
good.
If you miss a week. Even if you miss a week, I would say I hate advocating for not having more than 18, like for having under 18. But I feel like this week is one of those weeks where you could save yourself and have like 16 or 17 playing and just cop it. Like last week, we saw a lot of players go 140. This week again could be a similar thing. And if you can balance it right, maybe bring in one of these players or maybe look to upgrade your team or do something with your side and then not have to worry about it. Because I do think if you don't have a Rankin, you need Rankin in your team. Like there's not better options.
Stuff Rankin. He's going to do a hammy again.
Don't like him?
Once you do one hammy in the season, get ready. You could do another one.
Yeah, but how many shoulders is Mackay going to do before you say the same thing?
He's only got 1, so that's fine. Correct. It was Laird. Correct.
Yep.
CBA's only had 6 for Laird. Yep. All of it was half back. Could be really interesting after the bye to get in. I actually traded Raul out last week. Forgot to look at my trades and didn't get him back in. Oh, well, screw that bastard. He's been absolutely crap since I've had him paid $650K for him.
Yeah.
Just do man.
That's the lucky thing. That's the truth.
Do you.
I don't think there's been any players this year that I've really been cranky about. Probably Zach Merritt is the most expensive guy that I've brought in. That, like, my 600K player that has really fallen off. I mean, Caleb Sarong, I spent like $640K and now he's $590, so whatever. But Zach Merritt, I think I paid $660 and he's dropped $80K in a few stinkers recently. So, yeah, just unlucky. But similar thing with Rao is what I've said about Tuke Miller. Cheese. They're just playing really quick. And when they play quick, these contested plays that can't get the ball don't score a lot of points, unfortunately. So, yeah, it just kind of sucks.
I paid up a lot for this guy.
Yep. Yeah, you did. And he's been all right. 130 average. But if you had got Tristan Cherry in, I think you would have been laughing a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Epic BW. Love it, Epic. I'm one of the few people who don't own Dacos, mainly because I don't like him as a blue bagger. But I really don't like his run home. Who do you think is best out of Dacos, McGovern, Clark, and Whitfield?
How much is Dacos right now? Dacos is 635. If you're looking for an option, I reckon Sinclair might be one for you. There's Sinclair, there's Sicily, who's been going massive. I would say one of these players might be a better option for you than grabbing a Dacos at a bit more of a cheaper price. Sinclair, I think, is 585 from memory, and doesn't look too bad. Or Jordan Ridley is definitely one who, like, 100% chuck him in your team if you can afford it.
Get the great Rids in. Rids, he is immaculate. He is an immaculate footballer. Rankin, my last forward, I reckon, and led for cover in the midfield, and I think I'm good. Very nice. Velo, is the Warlord worth looking at? He was enormous on the weekend.
I said this at the start of the season. I think he's going to have fantastic games this year, and then we're going to be looking at getting him in next year as a cheaper option. I think that's probably going to be the year to do it. I think he'll have good games and bad games, but as a selection that you're probably not wanting to go and keep for the rest of the year, I think he's going to hurt you. Like, last 2 weeks, fantastic, but up against premium level scoring, I just don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe went for a mix. So it's probably not going to happen again.
To a rookie. D grade to a rookie. I think you're looking for downgrade.
Well, at the moment, I mean, Sharp scored like a 30 or something on the weekend. So I mean, it basically is a D grade, Joe. I just don't know who you would bring in. That's the big problem. Like, Hutchinson, I think, is the only one that you would actually. So Sharp this week scored 14 and played 87% game time. Like, yeah, it's not a great score.
That's yucky. Look, I know you want Rankin. The difference between the Uber premiums in the forward line and the rest is a pretty stark difference.
Yeah.
Rankin's
Adamo here's kind of got it right in saying Rankin at this. Forget Rankin. He's got tags, and I think Rankin is one of the ones that cops the tag. It's either Rankin or Dawson. I think Laird's fantastic, but I think Rankin or Dawson are the ones, as Adamo says here, that cops the tags. So, yeah, bit of a tricky one.
Yeah. So stuff him. Go Mackay, go Curnow, go someone cheaper.
Someone else. Yeah.
G'day, Michael. Saw Tim Mitchell put out a tag warning on Zeret. What do you guys think? Worth bringing in with limited trades left? I mean, let's have a look at his run home. I mean, does anybody want the plus size 3D printer? Bloody hell. Why that? All right. Let's have a look at his run home. Merritt. He is a mid. All right. Essendon's run home has got West Coast. What? They're going to send Ruben Jimby to him, are they? He will give him more points. Geelong, maybe. But Geelong might tag. Collingwood won't tag. Melbourne won't tag. Adelaide.
Well, Melbourne do tag. They've got Neil Bullen. He did quite well.
He's not going to go to Merritt.
Why not? You don't have Parrish. You don't have anyone else. I would throw everyone at Merritt. Legit would be, who do we go after at Essendon? It's Merritt. Like that's what it will be.
I think Parrish might be back this week against Melbourne.
Yeah, but why are you tagging Parrish? You just go after
not Melbourne, then Adelaide. Because it was a 5 week. Because it was a 5 weeker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adelaide won't tag. St Kilda. Yeah, maybe a Winhager. Freo. No one does a run with at Freo. Gold Coast don't tag. Sydney might cop James Jordan. Or James Jordan might go to Nick Martin. Who knows? In Brisbane, he might cop Berry. So, what? 3 tags? 4, maybe? In the last 9 games, last 10 games of the season? That's not too bad. I'd go with. I wouldn't be worried about that. Besides, Merritt copped a hard tag by Chin Cotter, and Chin Cotter has been a wonderful tagger. He has put the clamps on a lot of people, but that didn't stop Merritt from going 125. Merritt is El Capitan. Don't you mess with Zach Merritt. I'll leave him in his face here. I can get 22 if Butters gets off and Marty Hoare comes back. Mate, I'm praying for Marty Hoare.
Marty Hoare is never coming back, bro.
Please, Hoare.
I'd have 18 if Biggie Nguyen comes back and a half a dozen other players come back. Like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, nah, Zach, we've spoken about it to oblivion. The umpiring was caca. Zach Fisher will be taking off kicking duties after kicking for Collingwood. Hopefully not.
It's just an experience into the position, really. That's what hurt him. Hurt us a lot too, but
yeah. There's no one on the bubble this week, is there?
We'll go through some more of the questions, but I do think if you've got a sneaky pod and you don't care too much about having 18 this week, I really do think that a Ridley in the back line could be a real option. Like, I'm playing around with at the moment my team with having Nick Dacos in the midfield, for example, and just running a Ridley. Like, if you can facilitate the trade, it might actually be worth trying to do it.
You said at the start, Big J, you need to trade Steele eventually.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Michael says got to back him in.
Maybe Michael. Maybe if I keep Steele, life's easy at that point. Yeah. It's a tricky one, man. I really don't like him.
First year super coach, you guys have helped me make a sucky team less sucky. Anytime, Jamie. I only worked out a few weeks what you can do with the V and the VC. And the scene, the VC didn't take Zorko points, hoping Ryan would go ballistic.
How do you not pick Zorko? You've got Zorko and you decided.
Hey, it's his first year. Calm it down. It's his first year. Jamie,
there's a threshold, yeah? There's a threshold. If a guy scores 130, you take it. If a guy scores 140, you take it. If a guy scores 141, you're happy, and then you take it. Like, yeah, chasing potentially like 30 points, heck, even like a 20 points or a 10 points above it. You don't have to have I think one of the things this year is having the best score every week for captaincy is important. But having a consistent captain every week and being consistent is a lot better. Like, I've been burnt both ways. I've had fantastic captains and then had really shitty captains. I would be a lot happier to have a 130 every week than have a 150 and a 90. Just lock in a score. Even if it's not the best, lock it in. That's probably a big thing for you for next year. Sorry for going off at you, but yeah. Big thing for you for next year. Lock it in.
Lewis McShane asks, Goulden and 9K or Walsh and 50K?
I would almost say Walsh. I mean, for the same reason why we're picking Harry Mackay is the reason why you pick Walsh. Their run home is just really good. So I would be doing that, I think.
Yep, exactly. I agree. Adamo, Dawson owners beware. Tag incoming next 5 weeks. I'm offloading him over Steele this week. Smart or stupid? No, not stupid.
No, you're fine. I do think he's still dealing with a foot injury as well. So maybe that changes a little bit with him having the bye. But similar to a Tom Green and a few other players, like, it's the perfect time to get rid of these guys. When they've got a bye, you can say see you later and you don't feel so bad about it.
Yep. If Sexton is dropped, do you guys think I should go value and get Kerno or Rosie, or get a big dog? Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but bring back LDU and get Rankin as last forward upgrade next week. Yeah, why not?
I think there's not a world where Sexton doesn't get dropped. And that's why I traded him last week. It would have been nice to have him over this week. But I think Powell is due to come back. Unless Facebook and, actually, like, the Gold Coast website is saying the wrong thing, then I think Powell comes back this week. And Sexton for Powell basically is a straight swap. So even if Sexton plays, I don't think he plays half back anymore. But potentially he does. But even if he does, like Powell comes back, Sexton gets moved to another position, starts scoring 50s and loses money. So yeah, I think it's time to get rid of him if you can.
Yeah. That intro, mate. I only said those nice things about you, Brad, because you would kick my ass next time I saw you. You pull out the gloves and just go. You'll start to beat the crap out of me, mate. Harry Mackay or Curnow, Jacob asks. I've gone with Mackay because of the ruck.
Yeah.
But, take your pick, really. It's a flip a coin a bit almost.
Is there much difference in terms of actually like costing money? Or not really?
No, I have to get rid of this. Curnow is 448. 448. Mackay is 422. So there's 26,000. Mackay is 26,000 cheaper with another avenue for scoring.
Yeah, and that's probably the big difference. You just have to hope that he doesn't cop another injury, and the guy is so injury prone. Thanks, Velo.
Love you, Velo. Just calm it down, Big J. It's his first year, bro. Just calm it down on you, Velo. Much love.
But Velo's, to be honest, Velo's the reason why I put out my team review so quick this week.
Literally. Literally. And then you tell me off for that 1 week that I don't put my team out. Can you believe it? Can you believe this guy? Unbelievable.
Pretty funny.
James, Luke Jackson or Dylan Moore? How about Darcy Moore?
If I had to pick one, I think Jackson. I think more. I'm not sad that I got him in because the top forward midfields the top forwards just aren't, like, you just don't know who they are this year. But yeah, I think Jackson, just having that ruck DPP, like, I'm smelling someone's going to get injured at some point, and you being able to have cover is really going to help.
Mate, you got a keen sense of smell. You can smell someone's about to get injured.
It just happens, Joe. Towards the end of the season, Max Gordon gets rested, or Tim English, or whoever you got, cops an injury, and it's like, well, cool, I've got no coverage for the rest of the year. Jackson, he hasn't been fantastic for us, but the people that have had him and kept him, they've got some okay scores, but it's just the coverage. It's a premium player that's covering.
I'm going to shout out
fantastic. Moore is doing well. I wonder what it is. I feel like with Moore, it's a case of more. How do I say it?
More Darcy's.
It feels like Hawthorn's getting better, which means Moore's not the target anymore as the forward option. Your Ginnivan's, if you look at the scorers, let me just quickly pull up the scoring from the Hawthorn game.
You can do that. I'm just going to quickly shout out. I'm going to quickly just shout out Shorty Baker for sending this through to me, just to take the P155, just teasing you. He has found every Darcy in Supercoach and put them in his team because he keeps saying Darcy Moore. So he's got Darcy Moore, Darcy Gardner, Darcy Wilmore, Darcy McPherson, Darcy Wilson, Darcy Tucker, Darcy Parrish, Darcy Cameron, Sean Darcy, Darcy Dylan Moore, Darcy Fogarty, another Wilson. He's got Wilson in twice. Sean Darcy, Darcy Burn-Jones, Darcy Gardner. Again, another Jones here. And
okay, I can see where the copy paste job has come in. You almost had me. I just look at the Darcy Wilson. I'm like, I can see a couple of white dots under there, mate. I know what you're doing. Thanks.
I love it, Shorty, though. That was so good.
If you go back to Hawthorn, right? Yes, they did score really well, but it feels like Moore has, since after his big 160 game where he went massive, teams are putting a little bit more attention into him, or a lot more of other players are stepping up. A lot more of the midfielders, even a Marbio Chol and a few of these other players are stepping up. We saw it in the game before where Moore's putting himself in positions, but either his disposal efficiency or something's happening, and he's just not getting the shots on goal like what he is. So really high ceiling player, but similar to always what it's happened. He just hasn't had the floor. Which is the trouble bit with having Moore in your team.
It's all right. He's got West Coast off the bye. You love to see it.
Yeah. Of course.
Jonas, I want to crack open a can of rookie juice, but all I see is cat is on the floor. What cheapos will actually play this week to avoid Cop's favorite food, the donut?
Come back and see us on Thursday when team sheets are out, because I'm almost not touching my team until then. Like, you just don't know. There's almost nobody that's available. It's a real tough one, man.
Maybe VC Houston into Merritt or Sheasel into Merritt. Yeah. Interesting. Weird shout. I know, Menzie halfback. Screw Redmond. Get around this bloke. Nah, that role ain't sticking. As soon as Redmond is back, Menzie is out of there. I am not touching 2-goal Menzie. Sorry, Cheese, not for me, man. Rosie will cut Winhager this week for sure.
Yeah.
Michael saying not sure Hutchinson will play because Big Oscar could be back.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tricky one, man. There's a lot of these players that I feel like they make way for Hutchinson just because he is an MSD player. He might only score a 20, but we saw it with Marek and a few of these other guys. When they've come in, they try and play them because they're like, cool, we build for the future. This is what they're there for, blah, blah, blah. So maybe he takes a supporting forward role, but you'd hope that he plays.
Yep. Hold your Ghost. I might have to hold Power 5, Stuart Miller, Green Steel. How good? So good, Ghost. You believe in them, you hold them, they'll come good. That's how I'm believing in Green and Miller. And believe me, I can't trade them out. And the reason is because I got no trades. But I'm just going to say it's because I'm confident they'll bounce back. All right? Just believe. They'll bounce back.
But if you had the trades, they'd be gone this week.
Yeah, but I believe in them, though, Big J. Jay, you got to believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I love it. Like, they'd be gone if I could afford it, but nah, sorry. So I'm back in the team.
Nah, I'm too busy believing, though. I'm too busy believing.
You're funny.
All my money, I got no money for trades. It's all just gone to Jesus because I believe. I believe. Yeah. Michael, still plenty of time for LDU to shit the bed. It's true.
Exactly. True. And that's why I've been saying it all just comes down to attitude with him.
He's a honey trap.
If he's ready to go, then sure, but he's got to be ready to go.
Look, I believe, all right? I believe. I know, Jonas, it's weird. Unbranded always just comes in, says hello, and then nothing ever sits. It's a little bit eerie, but hey, we thank him for his viewership. Taylor Adams is one I'm looking at for the last forward too at 347k. Taylor Adams.
Yeah, he's an option there.
Tay, mate, those hammies. Beware of the hammies. He might do two at the same time, Taylor Adams. What are we looking at? We're looking at decent CBAs in the rotations, hitting the scoreboard, getting some frees. Not too bad. Wait, why only score 56 in this game? 13 touches. Jeez, he must have done nothing in this game. Why is he done so crap? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Taylor Adams is a weird one. He might be okay. He's cheap, which obviously helps. Maybe if Tom Green played Superco instead of fantasy, he would care about his disposal efficiency 100%.
Right.
100%. He is a fantasy ambassador. Someone tell him to actually make use of his disposals. What a spud. Sam, hey lads, thoughts on English and Fraser to Kerno and DeConning? Want a pod to gain rank, and DeConning seems good as long as Pito stays out, and I can't stand watching English.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as he stays out, which is the big thing.
He was a test. He's a test. I don't even know. Like, I just want Voss to come out and say, this is our best mix. Like, if Voss says that, I don't even know what I would be doing. I don't have the trades to do it. But yeah, it's a bit of a gamble. Mark Curson bringing in Kerno and Jezza Cameron to finish the team.
Hey, you're gunning for something there. I'll tell you what, Mark.
Man, I don't mind it. Kerno is fine. because Kono, you know, 2 back-to-back reigning Coleman medalists, right? Great run home. Jezza Cameron, he also has a great run home for key forwards. We did talk about this in the other video. If we go to the key forward department and we sort by Geelong, 4th highest average. But the thing is, it's a 0.75, whereas Carlton are a solid 3.0. If you could go Curnow and Mackay, do that, I reckon. Get Curnow and Mackay. That means you're always getting the goal kicker that pops off. You're handcuffing yourself. Great run home coming for Carlton. I reckon get both of the Blue Boys. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Simpkin is at best a draft-only pick.
Yeah, 100%.
Or not at all. Or an STD pick, as Jonas says. G'day, Gibes. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming on. It was 1.5 for Toby Green, and he got a goal, 1 goal 5. Yeah, true. And he got a goal taken off him. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. How to best balance remaining trades for potential injuries and making upgrades. Look, you don't want any less than 2. 2 is already low. You probably want no less than 3 or 4, ideally. For me, the best I can do is no less than 2. It's just team dependent, really. So you just want 2, because if you have to trade someone out and then trade someone in, like if you have to do a 1 down, 1 up, if you don't have 2 trades, then you can't do that. So
yeah, minimum of 2. I like 3 if you can afford it, but if you go balls to the wall and you just say, cool, I'm going to get the best players I can, 2 trades is okay. As Joe says, 1 up, 1 down. Hopefully you're in a position, though, that you can trade all your primos. Like you can just say, cool, LDU gets injured. Sam Walsh gets injured. Someone gets injured and you can just bring someone straight in. You're in a position to do that. I think you're okay. Definitely have 1. 2's are the best number, though.
Yep. Jonas, $100 short. Oh, $100 short.
Yeah, I'm very annoyed about some trades this week.
The Lizard or Tom Stewardess? Probably not Tom Stewart. Lizard has been good. I don't mind the Liz. Who else is there? Defender under 505. There is, of course, also Salem. Christian Salem's a good one. Who else is there? Who else? Who's been playing good the last 3 weeks? Salem's been doing all right.
I think Salem's fantastic.
Tom Atkins. Just go Salem. Go Christian. Don't get Stewart. I hate having him. I also hate having him. All right. I guess we see a lot of people owning Tom Stewart.
Yep.
Maltesing. Tom Powell. What to do? Do you think Larky can score an average 80 to 90 for the rest of the year?
Oh, bro, don't bring Larky into your team. Don't do it.
The Suv Larky. What's wrong with Tom Powell? What's Powell on these days? What's Powell been doing these days?
Not much.
Powell.
The problem with Powell, so the same problem with Powell is the same problem with your Tuke Miller and your Tom Green. The ball moves too quickly for him. So when there's a contested game, they go fantastic. When there's not a contested game, they don't go fantastic. So yeah, they just kick the ball up. Like Wardlaw, Sheasel, LDU will get the ball from the middle and run as hard as they can through the opposition, send it to the forward line. Tom Powell is too slow. He's not in that chain of scoring. So when is he going to touch the ball? Like we've seen it in the last couple of weeks. It just hasn't happened.
He is a sheet. Did I just see Joe practicing for his comb over in a few years? Bro, Velo, I have a comb over now. What are you talking about in a few years? What are you talking about? This is what I have right now.
But Joe will be rich enough to get like the hair removal, like the hair replacement stuff after he finishes his tenure, so you'll be fine.
It's all right. No.
You and Shane Warne can go get your whatever it is, hair removal stuff. You'll be fine, Joe.
Mate, if my hair starts to go, look, the numbers, the stats are in. If you still have your hair at 30 years of age, you'll be fine.
Right. Yeah.
So, I just got to survive till the end of next year, and hopefully I'll be right.
I know that a lot of people in the chat have been fans of the Joe versus MRO. I've now done another one. I don't know if you've seen me clicking and clackering in the background.
No, I have not.
Check the overlay section, Joe, and show everyone what I've done.
What have you done? What is this?
Click it. Click it.
What am I looking at? He's beginning to believe. No, he's not. My season is dead and buried weeks ago.
There you go.
He's beginning to believe to come back from rank 12,000 with
Done.
Let's
go.
4 trades left. You're a funny one, Jez. You're a funny one.
Like, cool, believe in all these players. Let's go.
I'm believing, mate.
Yeah.
Happy face. Mackay in the forward line or Martin in defense?
I would pick Martin, to be honest. I think Martin's better. Mackay's obviously cheaper, which means that you could do different things. But Nick Martin has been able to score like 100 plus pretty consistently. It's just his ball use that lets him down. That's what it is.
Yep. Yeah, no. Look, Essendon half backs have the best run for the entire season to come.
Yep.
So go Marto. Go with Marto. Michael, do you believe it's too early to trade in dead DPP 102K rookies? Looks like Sardin Hole is 6th most traded in player in the top 1%.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, huh? I mean, like, the guy's probably not going to play AFL this year. If you can afford it, I think a Jacob Light is going to play at some point. He might only come in. I know myself was very much saved by Wagner playing for like a lot of last year. So if you're really struggling, I think Light is one that could play in the defense, but a lot of people bringing the DPP in. I guess kind of like a Nick Dacos or a Nick Martin or someone can use it, so I'm not against it.
Fair enough. I don't have a problem with an uneven free kick count if the frees are warranted. Yeah, no, 100%. I don't believe that free kick counts should be equal. Just pay the ones that should be paid. That's all we care about. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, of course it's not. No one's calling for even free kicks, because if they were, then they're football nuffies and don't know what they're talking about. Just pay the ones that need to be paid, regardless. If one team is giving a loyal many, then they should be penalised a lot. The issue is the non-calls. Happy face. You like Caldwell, me too. You also like Justin McInerney. Yeah, why not? I know someone called for him a couple of weeks ago. He's been doing well. I should have asked about Jackson or Mackay or Martin. I still prefer Martin.
Yeah, I like Martin.
The rank pig string 571K is worth the risk only because he's the 4th best forward who's going to cop 4 out of 5 tags, Jonas. So, yeah, probably not for me. What's happened to Jordan Dawson? He went from 552 to he was 625 back to 592. He's playing with a problem.
He copped those copped the foot issues.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He got stood on. He had a foot issue. Should have been out for a week. Wasn't out for a week, and then just hasn't been performing. They're clearly like keeping him in the team, and I think with Tex Walker and a few other players injured, imagine if the captain wasn't there. Like how much worse the club would be. So
exactly. What about LDU? He's great, especially if there's no Simkin in the team as well. He is bellissimo. Dibba, Houston or Ridley? Good question. Very good question.
I like Ridley. I'm almost considering like moving Nick Dacos into the forward line, into the midfield to be able to finagle like some pick trades and things like that to be able to get Ridley into my team. So yeah, it's going to be
Love
fun.
Rids.
It's going to be a fun
Rids.
season.
Look, Houston is wonderful if there's no Burton or Farrell or both.
Yeah.
Like if these guys are out of the team, it just means he's getting more kick-ins because these two eat into his kick-ins, they eat into his just distributor role. Nick Martin, he's great, but Rids is an interceptor, man. As long as we keep using him as an interceptor, he is glorious. Plus 8 points every time. Adamo, Katz O'Connor hashtag merit the last 2 times and kept him to 80s. Fair enough. When do we play them again? I forgot when we play them. We play them in a few weeks' time, don't we?
The big thing about Houston as well is no Connor Rosie, so he kind of stole a little bit of that midfield time as well this year. I mean, so last week.
Oh, he's got Geelong. Yeah, sure. No worries. The week after, West Coast. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Thoughts on Jose Cameron, boys?
I don't mind him.
I'm not
I do think, though, one of the Carlton players are a better option. Like, Cameron's fantastic. He's great when he has one of those games where he does a lot, but when he doesn't get given the ball in the midfield, in the forward line, I think he's slowed down a little bit recently. So I won't be picking him. I think you can get away with like a Mackay or a Curnow. At least they push up the ground a bit more, I think, than what Cameron does.
Yep. LeVar Ball. Thinking of sidewaysing Steele and Butters this week. Steele is cooked and Butters gets suspension or back-to-back tags coming up. Finish forwards with a Deza and a Curnow, F6, F7, and bringing in Merritt.
I don't mind it. I think there's definite options there, and I think these are one of the trades that I've spoken about before that could make or break your season and put you onto a winner. Steele does have the bye round this week as well, so it's the perfect time to get rid of him. And if you're someone that, like right now, I've got 8 trades in one spot. Joe's not in a position really to sideways. But if you're someone with 10 plus trades like this are okay. Set yourself up for the best team that you can have over the next however long weeks that we've got left of the season. And you're going to do really well. So I don't know about just a Cameron and a Curnow potentially, but this week as well, I kind of flagged it in my team review video, is all about the matchups. Like it really comes down to who's got the best matchups over the next 10 weeks. That's it. Because everyone's basically, I think after this week or in like 2 more weeks, everyone's played each other once. Come round 17, everyone's played each other once or should have by that point. So after that, it's who's got the double ups, who's got the tags, who's got the best matchups. Left field options are going to come out of nowhere and seem like stupid things, but a lot of people now are not flagging the tag. I think kind of doing that's probably a good idea. So I don't mind it. Merritt, but it's up to you.
Which rookies are we looking at this week?
Nobody yet.
Whoever is named.
That's the problem. Yeah, nobody yet.
I've heard Geelong are thinking of running Grind Myers through the middle more.
Yep, and they should. They need the pace. They need the good kicking through the middle. I think the midfield for them has been a real struggle point for them, so that they need to get it in. They need to make some changes. If they want to make finals, Grind, they need to change things up for the next run home. So yeah, I can see it happening.
Is Oliver an option with no track anymore? He could be. The issue though wasn't his role, right? The issue that he had was how he looked in the role, because he's been playing on the ball. Like even without Petrarca there, even with Petrarca there, he's still playing on the ball. He's still getting, plenty of CBAs for the duration that he's been in there, but the scoring just has not been great. Hasn't been translating. So, look, did we see enough from him? I think he sort of worked his way into the game a bit more after Petrarca left with the injury. Still only ended up on a 97 though. So he gave away 3 frees against. Some of these free kicks were just pure laziness. Like he just didn't put in the hard yards to actually commit to the tackle. He sort of just stuck his hand out and then swung someone away and gave away some really stupid free kicks. It wasn't a good watch. It wasn't a pretty watch. So look, he's just not right for me. Maybe next year.
Yeah. No preseason, and you just see maybe post-bye he actually realizes, holy shit, we're not going to make finals if I don't step up. But yeah, he's really got to put in the hard yards to make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. Kobe McKercher back this week.
Yep.
Probably not.
No,
Probably
not this week. No.
I had someone in my league have Zorko VC with Benwin Butters C, as lots don't know how to do it. Oh, mate.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Anytimes, Joshua. Did trade Shazel out a while ago. Should I bring him back in? Ranked 860 right now, but feel he's scoring well no matter where he plays. Have LDU and Fish. Don't want too many North players.
Yeah. I currently have 3 in my team, and I think that's a good enough number for me. LDU. No, I don't have LDU. Sorry, Fisher, Sheets. Yeah, Sheezel, I'll say it again. 586k. The guy's a freak in any position that he plays. Like, he's just a good player, and good players will get the ball in and do well in any position. So chuck him in your 10, you'll be happy.
Yep. More. How do you like it? How do you like it? More Watson Ginnivan, 3 ducks in a row. Fair enough. Tim Taranto, great pod, following his buy. Yeah, I said it, Rodney. I do like him. He's got the role. He is playing, obviously, we've known him. He's an inside mid. Obviously, ball use has been his biggest issue, but ever since he's come back in the last couple of weeks, some great numbers with the CBAs. So, look, he's, for those who jumped on him, well done. Congratulations. But
he's scoring the last 2 weeks. He scored 100 and then 100. So it's not been terrible. I think last week he was like 510k. So getting a 105 for 510k is not the best, but
no,
he's been all right.
But he's been okay. Bailey Laurie.
Yeah, I think some of the Supercoach Insider boys have flagged it, and it's making the rounds. I don't mind the pick, but
wow, he is so crap, isn't he? I just used $5 from my savings from you guys saying that statement for that super chat. Lol.
What did Velo tag us for? Oh, calm her down, Big J.
Well, I think we said it is what it is. I didn't say it is what it is. He said it. All right.
I'll say it every day of the week, mate. I love it.
I'm actually proud of myself. I have really limited my use of the "it is what it is" saying. I've actually done it. I've even got flack from friends in personal life who would say "it is what it is," and I say, "I didn't say that. You said that." So I'm doing pretty well. Oscar Reed, thoughts on getting Caldwell or Saddam? Can't afford a 500k plus. Caldwell or Saddam? I think Saddam's giving you better scores. More likely to go over 100 than Colders. I do like Colders, though. I did sort of show him on the screen a little bit. He's getting more CBAs. I actually wrote down Colders, sorry. He's actually getting some more CBAs this year, which is great because he's one of our best ball handlers at ground level. Zach Mirror, of course, by far and away, El Capitan. Parrish has been out, but even then, Durham, a lot of CBAs every week, but so has Colders, has been getting some CBAs. Not quite as many as the others, but he's getting enough CBAs to get the contested possessions, to get the tackles. And that's what he does really well. He is a tackler. 8 tackles, 10 tackles, 5 tackles, 5 tackles. And him being around the ball is, really helping him in that department. So I like Colders. Colders might be my final forward. Getting Mackay this week. Maybe I swap it around. Maybe I go Colders this week, considering that he's up against West Coast with no Harley Reid, whereas Mackay's got Geelong. So I might go Caldwell this week instead of Mackay. I do like Caldwell. How much does Caldwell cost again? He's $463. So he's a bit more expensive. Can I even afford him? No, I can't afford him. There goes my plans out the window. I'm devastated. If you can get Colders, get him. I do like him. as an option personally. Have a look at Jesse Cameron's last heat map. He's a defensive winger now. Mate, he's got the aerobic capacity to do so. Jeremy Cameron. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that heat map. Name that said, oh, jeez, I'm just looking at this. I just saw the blue. Look at this. Jeremy Cameron. I would not. He's had he's had 4 touches inside forward 50. That's pretty crazy. I wouldn't go Jeremy Cameron. At a minimum, Pitane will play against teams with 2 rucks. And if Curnow or Mackay got injured, he would be full-time forward. Sadly, DeConning is not really an option. King Kong Grundy is R2.
Yep. Exactly. And that's the problem.
Hello, lads. G'day, Fiddler. How's it going, man? Is
man?
this a waste of a trade? Steele to Luke Jackson via Flanders. Jackson is a fraud. I refuse.
I don't know.
I'd rather back in the Man of Steel.
Sure.
Jack Steele. Look at this man. He's still in the prime of his career. Still looking handsome as ever. Still does Movember when he needs to. Good man, good morals, good ethics. He's still averaging 108, 109, 126, 120. He's tackling. Where is he? 5, 8, 15, 2, 8, 13, 7. He's tackling. He's clearly playing all right. Only had 39% CBA. He's trying to avoid that hard Berry tag. Berry is a great tagger and still scored 83. Bont scored 3 goals for 99. Remember this, right? Bont had 3 goals for 99. This guy had no goals for 83. So, look, I'm willing to back in. If I owned Steele, I would probably still hold him personally and take advantage of the Marvel Stadium run to come home. He doesn't leave. He only moves 1 time to Adelaide Oval. But the rest of the season, he's playing under the roof. He's going to be even more pale white than he is right now. He's not going to see the sun, poor boy. I reckon hold on to him. TDK is a poor tap ruckman. Carlton mids work better when they're being fed by Pito.
There you go.
Fair. Thoughts on trading English to Gawn?
No. I don't do it. If that's all you've got to do with your team, then fantastic. But I wouldn't be doing it.
Got a great team, Michael. Josh, g'day, lads. Should we look into bringing cash cow rookies or just get 102K loopholes?
Well, I don't think there's any other rookies we can really pick. Like, no one's playing this week. Warner, potentially. I know some people have talked about him in the chat today as a potential option as someone who's playing. But outside of him, there's like no one else. So you can bring them in. But I think it's more about just having playing players in general at the moment.
Get the ones that are going to likely play. Like Southern Holiness should play when he comes back from his syndesmosis.
But it's
long away, Joe. I know it's long away, but like, don't just get any random 102K rookies. Just get the ones that are likely to play. Get the Blight.
Jacob Blight should play sooner rather than later. You think?
Yeah. Also, would you rather Yo or May?
Yo or May? Probably Yo. I think his midfield time has been really good. I think he's a good player.
Yep. Julian, what to do with 5? Hold him, I reckon. He's about to go beast mode, remember?
Yeah, it's funny like that, huh? I would be holding Fife this week purely for the fact that he's playing this week.
Correct.
But if it wasn't the situation that we're in, I think you can look to trade him.
Bro, look at this beast mode. Look at this beast mode, man. 51 Supercoach. Get around him.
59% time on ground. What are you doing? He's getting the same amount of CBA. He's just spending a lot of time on the bench.
I was screwed at 6-7. Look, it's common. It's common, Velo. Best player to get at F7. Joe Richards.
No, if you can afford anyone, it's probably Luke Jackson. You can get one of the Mackay, like P forward type Mackays. Let's have a quick look. Who can you get?
Stuff F7. Jeez, why are we looking at F7?
Bro, people have better teams than us, Joe. We just got to deal with it, yeah.
Bro, F7 is a waste. Just hold the trade. Hold the trades, I reckon, Ben.
But potentially just hold the trade is probably the big thing.
Why lock in an F7? What happens if you never get any injuries in the forward line for the whole year?
You just got to go
your injuries are only in defense. Don't worry about F7. Had Ridley last year, scored really well, but you just know he will get injured before the season's out, I guarantee. Please, Jonas, we've had enough injuries this year.
Hopes not.
Come on, man. Don't bring that into existence. Do you think Jordy Payne will get a game down the track? He's injured.
No.
Isn't he?
No. Jordy Payne's fine. He played on the weekend.
Oh, did he?
Show me. If you can see where Jordy Payne got injured, then sure, but
I don't know why.
I don't know. Like our forward line was half decent on the weekend, so he's got to wait for. He's got to build his match fitness at a minimum. But I think he's got to wait before a few other players get injured before he actually plays. So, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know where I read somewhere that he'd had an injury, but oh well, forget about it. Hopefully not. While we're still CBA. G'day, Freddie. How's it going, man?
Because he got tagged. Because he got tagged. He was tagged. Still got tagged. And then moved to the forward line, and then decided he was going to try and tag Zorko, which was hilarious.
What?
Stopped Zorko from scoring a lot, but yeah.
He said tagged 4 times there. He was tagged.
He got
tagged. It was a tag. He got tagged.
Man, his socks.
He got tagged.
Just
Oscar Reed. Why does no one look? Yeah, no, I love Colders. I love Colders, Oscar Reed. I do love him playing around the ball, 85 plus. Look, it could be enough to be a top 6 forward compared to others like Kono and Jezza that could go 155, 115. True. I'd have him ahead of Jezza Cameron. I would, for sure. For last week, he played half forward in the second half to stop. Okay, there you go. Mackay or Kono.
And that's where Zorko's scoring in the second half basically dried up. Like third quarter onwards, that was it.
Going with Mackay, Josh. What do you think of Holmes? Still Martin over Holmes?
Mate, Joe reckons that Essendon halfbacks have the best run home of the game. So
we do.
Yeah, that's why we're promoting Ridley a little bit as well.
We do. Final buy round. Don't prepare for 3 trades next week. I would rather 3 trades next week, though.
Yeah, well, we don't have 3 trades next week. So
we don't have 3 trades next week. Jez was moving to midfield last game. He will not play Burma mid. Forget him in that role.
Yeah.
No Shea Bolton for me, Josh.
No, I don't like Shea Bolton.
Sean Manor is dead.
He needs to request a trade. Like next year, Sean Manor is going to be a good pick because Stengel's apparently going to whatever team can pay him $1 million. Which is fine. I mean, like if he wants to come to us, we'll pay him that money. But yeah, I think when Stengel's out of the team, Manor's going to score. But really hard for this kid. Like at another club, Geelong picked him up in the start of the year. If he went to another club, I think he would have played a lot more games than what he did.
Bro, Geelong need to keep this guy because if us or St Kilda are going to get Tyson Stengel out of the team, they're going to need a small forward. You got to play Sean.
How is Essendon supposedly being able to afford him? Like, where's all this money coming from? Are you just paying $20 and a pie?
Very, very, very heavily front-ended deals. Is how it's
seems
done.
that way, doesn't it?
Brad, I'm watching the 4th quarter now to see when Harry came off, and then decide if I grab him from his run home. Oh, I think he'll be fine. Oh, there you go. Even Craig's fit. You'd rather watch the Harry and Ben podcast, and he sounded fine. There you go. I can't believe you watched that Craig's fit. That's such a boring podcast, in my opinion. Blues fan, just outside the top 1K. Kind of want to go Ultra Pod with Crips. Easy run, plus a bit of fun to end the year. May not be an optimal pick, but I think I'm going to send it. Full send, bro.
I think he's one of those players that in that Carlton team, especially with Chero coming back, Cripps is the one that doesn't cop the tag. I think Sam Walsh will cop the tag. I think Chero will potentially cop the tag, but other teams that play them won't touch Cripps. And Cripps, we've seen, I think Cripps is the one that's been going big in games when all three play. So 100%. Cripps is, I think you commented on the video this week, like Cripps is a decent pick.
Yeah. No, I like Cripper. He's a big boy. He's huge.
It's the right time for him.
He had a bad one, but he gave away 3 frees in this game. Look at this. He's going to be
47 disposal efficiency as well.
Yeah. Look at this Ruck contest, 8%, 5%, 5%. You know what I mean? How good is that?
Jumps for the middle. I think he's been taking a bit of Rucks in the forward line.
He has.
Because they've only got TDK in the last few games, so the Ruck contest has to go somewhere else.
Another Carlton fan, should I trade Fraser and Breville now for Mackay or hold till they make more money and get a better forward premium like Moore, Fisher, or Rankin?
I like how Fisher's the better premium.
Get around him. The fish.
Well, Frieger isn't playing. So if you can trade Frieger into a player that is playing, it's probably the way to go. That's probably the big thing for me.
Keep Breville. Breville's playing.
Makes me sad that I went Sullivan over Revel because having another player playing this week would have been amazing. So,
yeah. Keep Breville the sandwich press. Let him cook. Braden George. Thanks, Velo. Yes. Braden George.
Poor Braden George has done. There was an injury list for him that came out this week. He's done 2 ACLs. He's done his shoulder, his elbow, and something else since 2022.
Poor guy.
It's pretty rough, man.
Ben, have Fisher that I can swing down back. Very nice, Ben. I like it. A fish to the back. Lee, Steele, Fraser, Sullivan, to Josh Kelly, Luke Jackson, and a cheap rookie.
No, don't do it. Pick up someone else. Don't get Josh Kelly in. He's Lee, one sneeze away from being injured again. Don't do it.
Lee, I thought you play this game to have fun. I thought you watch football to have a good time. Why are you going to subject yourself to this? Putting pins and needles in your eyeballs. Don't do that, mate. You want to have fun with this game. Believe me, Kelly and Jackson will not be fun. More tags.
Yeah.
More tags. All the tags. By the way, Joe, I now have to put another $30 into savings tonight. Jamaica, here I come. Hey, you can't, just because I said it is what it is, I was referring to it, not in the fact that I was using it. You can't hold that against me, please. Legend. Do I bring in Warner or a 102K rookie with EPP? If I bring in Warner, it means I won't be able to loop McKercher into the backline.
I don't mind it. I think.
Don't get it.
Yeah, I think you can. It really depends on what you've got in terms of injuries and how many players you've got playing this week is the big difference between Warner or no Warner. But it could end up just being 30 points. Cool, you don't have 30 points, but now you can do a loophole. I don't know.
I reckon don't get Warner. He'll get dropped next week.
Yeah, probably.
Jonas, rank 405, is a completed team.
Good news for you.
Houston D6 with 4 trades, no cover except Richards and Dowling. So Richards in the forward line, Dowling in the mids. 2 rookies in this week, too risky, or go the Lizard or Salem for D6 instead of Houston.
2 rookies this week or Risco. I like Salem. I really like Salem. I think Houston, a lot of people are getting blinded by his big score last week or this week. But yeah, that's kind of my options. I think you can go somewhere else. You can go cheaper with a Salem. It's just injury worries, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Salem or Houston. He's a lot cheaper and has been giving you decent scores.
Yeah, last 3
Houston
weeks.
before this week has been a little bit underwhelming, to be completely honest with you.
Mm.
And have Fraser on the bench with 5 trades. Look, go with Salem. More bench cover is better. Plus, you'll have more money on the bench as well. Plus, more trades. Yeah, go with Salem. Do you reckon there's a chance Cooper Simpson gets a game with Walter out for 3 to 4 weeks?
Potentially.
Possible.
They have to do some things. I don't know if Emmett's still playing, but Emmett might be one as well. And
it's probably Emmett who plays, I think. As if you tweeted about my face beginning to believe, bro. Like, I'm not believing. I'm not believing. Oh, jeez. It's ridiculous. 16:41 into the first quarter, he came off. So he basically scored 66 with 20 odd minutes remaining in the last quarter. Harry Mackay.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah. He did quite well.
Get around him, bro. Get around the Big H. He's in my team, man.
So go back.
What?
So 16:41 into the first quarter, he came off. So how does that make sense?
But then he also came off in the last 20 minutes after he got the hit to the. Maybe he means last quarter. I don't know.
Maybe he must be in last quarter.
How old are you, Velo? Come on, man. You can't do this to me. Causa, also Warner. Yes, exactly. Was in for Chapman. So Chapman could be back. So, yeah, it's tough at the moment in the rookies department, but such is life.
Waiting for team sheets on Thursday. I think this is probably the week. Hopefully, there's some teams that have come off the bye round that allow us to do some things. But yeah, everyone's waiting for team sheets. Basically, no one change your teams until we find out which players are in and out this week.
Correct. No Thursday night game, so you have plenty of times to assess what final trades you'll be trading in, and that wraps us up, guys. A tick over 2 hours now. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you had a lovely time on this Monday night live stream. We hope to see you all on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. for the drive home. If you haven't already, please drop us a like, a subscription if you're new, hit that notification bell to not miss out on any of the live streams and the videos that we pump out on a regular basis here.
100%, guys. And if you look at some of your teams, there's players you don't like, trade them out. If you're someone who wants to break into the top 1K, this is the time to do it. A lot of people brought in a Bailey Dale or Salem a few weeks ago and have been dominating. They're just scoring massive scores. So those kind of pod picks are the ones that are going to make a big difference for you. And get rid of these dodgy midfielders. Maybe it means a Nick Dacos has to move to the midfield, and you can grab a Jordan Ridley or a Sinclair or someone at a cheaper price. At a comparable price, who's scoring 100 pluses every week. So, yeah, just something to think about. We'll have the content coming out through the week, and then the drive home on Thursday at 5:30.
100%, guys. Because as Shawnee says, be there or be somewhere else. And because here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work so that you guys don't have to. Bye for now.